Okay, in this video, we are going to look at how to post on the Liberal Arts Voices blog, which you will find at voices.la.psu.edu. So before we get into the blog, I want to look at how you prep your post for it. So for many of you, you will have written your post in Microsoft Word, perhaps in Google Docs, or in your email editor, wherever you have it written. You want to take a few steps before you actually move it over to the blog. So let's open this document, which I've written in Microsoft Word. It's a fake post about a fake trip, but it will give us a sense of what we need to do here. So what I want to do is I want to copy the text, and I want to take it out of Microsoft Word or Google Docs, and I want to get it into a plain text editor. So on a PC, you can use Notepad, and on a Mac, there are a number of free text editors that are available on the App Store. I like Text Wrangler, but every Mac will also have TextEdit, and so I'm going to use that application. So I'm going to go to TextEdit, and that was an old document, so I'm just going to get rid of that and create a new document. And I'm going to paste my text from Microsoft Word. So I can close Microsoft Word and now copy the text from the plain text editor, whether it's TextEdit or Notepad or something else. And so I've copied that, and now I can go to the blog. So to log into the blog, you want to go to sites.psu.edu. If you're not logged in with your Penn State account to another site, it will ask you to log in here. And then you go to My Sites and click on Liberal Arts Voices. If you don't see this as an option, you should contact Casey Fenton at cjf181@psu.edu, and he can add you to the blog. So when you hover over Liberal Arts Voices, you simply go to New Post, and you can paste that text from your plain text editor into the post. Now you can make some final adjustments here. I don't want this in the body, I actually want it to be the title of the post. So I move that up to the title field. And perhaps I want to add a little bit of formatting. For some reason I want to make that bold. You can use the control panel up here to edit your text as you would in Microsoft Word. You want to set categories for your post. So this is a post about a fake trip, so I'm going to say that it gives some global perspective, and perhaps I talk about diversity and appreciation of diversity in the post. And maybe the Career Enrichment Network was involved with helping me find this opportunity. So I'll select the categories that are appropriate, and I can add tags as appropriate. So I'll add Ireland. You separate tags with a comma, and maybe this was a study abroad experience. So I will add those tags. And this is very important. You need to set a featured image for the post. And the featured image needs to be a landscape photograph. You need to have permission to use it, so ideally it will be your own photograph. If you don't have your own photograph, you can go to a website like creativecommons.org and find a Creative Commons licensed photo that you can use on the blog. So I'm going to set a featured image. And there are a couple of ways to do this. First, it pulls up a media library. So if you have a media library of files that you've used on this blog, you might select one of those. But for the most part, you're going to be using a new file, so you're going to go to Upload Files. And you can either select a file, or you can just drag your file in to this window. So I have a couple of files here. Here's a picture of the Irish coastline that I'm going to set as my featured image. You can see I've tested this before, so the image is in there, but this is the new image that I just uploaded. You need to give your image a title. I'm going to call it the Irish Coast. You can caption it if you want. If you want to describe to the audience what we're seeing in the image, you can do that, but in this case it's pretty self-explanatory. What you do need to insert is alt text, and this allows people who are visually impaired to use a screen reader to read your post and to understand what they're seeing in the image. In this case, it's very simple. It's there's no person in the image that I need to name, or there's nothing really to say other than that it's an image of the Irish coastline. Once you've done that, you can set your featured image, and you'll see that here. Now, some people say, what is the featured image? I don't see it in my post. So let's look real quickly at the blog. These images that you see on the homepage of the blog, or if you go to a category page like Career Enrichment Network, these little cards here have a featured image at the top. So this is the featured image for this post. Now, if you go into the post itself, you may or may not see an image. So in this case, there isn't an image because the featured image doesn't appear in the post itself, only on the category and home pages. If I want to put an image into the post itself, I'm back in my fake blog post about the trip to Ireland here. You use the Add Media button. And Add Media pulls up a very similar window to the featured image. But here I'm going to upload a different file. This is a restaurant in Ireland. And again, you want to give it a title. And here there's a little bit more going on with the image. We've got people, we have a name for the restaurant. So here I'm going to say people on the patio of Knight's Coffee Shop in Valencia. Or I'll say on Valencia Island. Insert that into the post, and now it's in your post. Before you publish it, you can click preview, and this will show you what the post looks like. And you see now we have our image in there, and I'm happy with that. And then the last step, depending on how much access you have to the blog as a student, for the most part you're going to see submit for review here, and what that does is it sends it over to us. We take a look at it, make sure everything's okay, and we publish it usually within a few days, or we'll get in touch with you and ask you to make some changes. If you're a faculty member that uses this blog frequently, you probably have the publish button, and so you can click publish. I'm not actually going to publish this post, but that would be the last step, and you have published to the Liberal Arts Voices blog.